Good morning. Welcome back. We've got a little NBA Top Shot today, a little NFL All Day, a little Rumble, a little bit of everything. Let's go.
Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball. We got legs and a guy in a bear suit. We're making money on YouTube clips, big ticket flips. We got potential to grow. AFC's in the NBA. What else can I say? You gotta get in the know. In Washington, inside game, live talking flag. Why are you selling so low? Those Canadian bacon and friends, fun never ends. Come on and get on the show. Deep hole, deep hole, deep hole, deep hole.
People are freaking out enough. Why not lose my mind? What is happening?
This is the financial advice.
All right, we got a weird thing happening right now, which will be fun for just the people who are on Twitch right now, which, like as we've discussed, is no one. So YouTube right now seems to not be going live and rugging the 30 people who are waiting. There's 30 people waiting right now. It is not live. I actually don't even know how to troubleshoot this a little bit because I would have assumed this would be. You know what I'm going to try to do? We'll do this actually live too. All right, am I officially up on YouTube? I want to see if there's a huge delay. What a weird thing. All right, you guys can see me now. That was bizarre. I've been live for 2.5 minutes on here. Really bizarre shit there. Look at this Inception. All right, we're back. I don't have to do that anymore. That was, man, you hate to see that. We don't love that. Do me a favor. Let's see who actually, you know what? Let's just see who's here. Who do we got? We got We the People, Joker Rocks in here, BD, Rowdy Rod, Mattress, Firm, official sponsor of Team Hold. Hey, shut up, Borland, who jumped on Playback last night. We had a good time over there. Stubbs is here. We got Regulator, Doc Delta, David's here, Jump Shooty, Daniel, Badivine, Orion, Carlo in the house, Scotty. Let's ride. Top Shot, Common Man, Blazemore, Damon's here, Diggy Chucky, Homies is here. Pump it up with Bobby Sessions. We got Eagle Putt in the house. Courtside, Regulator, who else? Red Dad, Josh is here. Chicken Berg, Beef Foster, Blaze, Regulator. I think I got everybody. All right, do me a favor. Let's get a couple things out of the way early this morning. So we updated our little show notes thing. A lot of different links, okay? So like the stream, subscribe. If you haven't followed us on like Apple or Spotify, there's a link down there to do that. Please do that just to get our numbers up. We'd love to see that. Also, again, we did Playback last night, which is a really good time. We had a lot of fun with that, streaming the Monday night game. We're going to try to do that a little bit more frequently. I know tonight we've got game 2 of the WNBA finals. Kevin and Kelsey, I believe, are going to be streaming on Playback, but prior to that, they're going to do a little pregame. So if you're looking for some WNBA, some finals action, go ahead and do that. But this is what we're going to do this morning. Normally, this is a basketball show, but I figured with so much going on, maybe we just turn Tuesday into a smorgasbord and do a little bit of everything, at least until the NBA starts happening. Both Top Shot starts happening and the NBA like picks up, because there's only so much we can do, so much we can dive into. So what we're going to do this morning, we're going to ping pong back and forth. So we're going to start with some NFL all day stuff and look at the challenges, and then talk about last night's game. Then we'll do some NBA Top Shot, spec, and then look at OTM Rumble, just like, because now we've got the first weeks in the book, so we can take a look at the scores and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, let's get into it. What a weird ass game last night. Just, Russ, you can take Russ out of Seattle, but you can't take Seattle out of the Russ now. I don't know what the phrase is. I don't know what the hell they were doing there down the stretch. I feel like so much emphasis is going to be put on the clock management there down in the last minute of the game, where they just like inexplicably let 40 seconds go off the clock so they could kick a 64-yard field goal. Like, I know McManus is good, but like, did they think they were in Denver? Did they think they had that altitude behind them? That's a long ass kick. So I didn't really understand that. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know why you don't try to pick up the 5 yards there and give yourself an actual shot at this. Um, but I think Russ was actually kind of bad throughout the whole game, and I think that's going to get overshadowed by that last minute of the game. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say Gino outplayed Russ, but Russ like didn't do much, right? The big story of Russ leaving Seattle was that Pete Carroll was holding him back, right? That he was like, oh, dude, he needs to get out of there so he can let Russ cook, go ahead, throw the ball down the field. How many deep balls did we have, right? He had the Jerry Jeudy touchdown, which, like, I mean, if we want to nitpick, that was underthrown. It was like kind of a bad throw. And Jeudy went out there and made a good play, and then broke a tackle and ran it in. So you get the touchdown. He also had that deep ball to Sutton that honestly should have. It was actually to Diggs. It wasn't even to Sutton. It was like on the other side of the field to a Seattle defender that should have been picked off in the end zone and didn't. He just kind of. I think he spent the whole first quarter throwing to running backs and tight ends. They got like 11 tight ends on that Broncos roster. So I don't think it's like overreaction season. I'm not saying Denver's. But I do think, like, when you look at the AFC West, there seems to be a considerable gap between the top two teams and the bottom two teams, right? I think that they're like the Chargers and Chiefs are a tick above what Denver can bring to the table. Again, that's like overreaction theater week one, but I don't know, man. I didn't like that. Was kind of a gross game. That was a gross game. Geno Smith. It's so funny. I thought this quote was corny as hell, but then everybody on Twitter and everybody on ESPN was like, dude, can you believe he just said that live on national television? Or like, people wrote me off, but I didn't write back. Like, I mean, I get I get it. I get it. I don't know. That sounds like something Russ would say. Maybe Russ was wearing off on Geno. Maybe Russ is wearing off on Geno. We got where is it? Russ is the NFL Dwight Howard. Russ might be cooked. Listen, again, I think I wouldn't say Russ is cooked, but I would say that maybe the best of Russ is behind us, right? Maybe we're not going to get peak Russ anymore. I don't think we have that ceiling. Dude, he doesn't run anymore either, right? Like, I think the assumption, or at least the story that Russ put out there for us this entire offseason was that our man Pete Carroll held him back, and that's why he couldn't cook. And now I think we're seeing maybe that's not true. Or again, maybe we're just like wildly overreacting, right? First game with a new team. The Broncos didn't really play their starters in the preseason, and then they had to go into Seattle in this like very hostile environment where like all of Russ's old teammates are just kind of over there, like mean mugging him, like Doug Baldwin. Just some weird energy over there. BD says the Broncos traded 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 1 fifth-round pick, and 3 players let McManus win the game. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Yeah, and Jay Will had 11 catches. Great for my PPR, but not high flying. Yeah, I know. There's too much Melvin Gordon. Still fumbled at the 0. Yeah, both Javonte and Melvin Gordon fumbled at the goal line. They had 2 goal line fumbles. And I think everyone's going to be like, see, they should have won. Well, also, the Seahawks turned the ball over at the goal line, too, when they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. But anyway, oh, wow, look at this take. Look at this take. Get rid of Russ, get Tannehill in here. That's the only time that's ever been said. Unless this team was in Utah, I understand that a little bit more. But wow, what a take. What a take. But yeah, that was the Monday night game. Listen, great to have Monday Night Football back. Next week, we have 2 Monday night games, which will be exciting. We have the aforementioned Tannehill against Josh Allen. That score, it's in Buffalo. That should be about 58-0. And then the second game, which is going to be very exciting, we get the Eagles and Vikings. I think we're going to run some playback back again next week for Monday Night Football. We might mess around with it for Sunday. We might just do like red zone for the 1 p.m. games next week. So if that's something you're into, I think we're going to test that out, see how that goes. Also, like, feel free either in the chat or in the Discord, if you guys have any suggestions for playback, if there's things that you would like to see us do, like if there's specific guests you want us to try to get, whether it's all day related, whether it's fantasy football related, or whatever. So just fire, like, let me know, because I know Playback's still pretty new and we want to continue to grow it and find how it like best suits the team hold community. So looking forward to continuing to grow with that. Yeah, I did see the clips of that after the game. Shannon Sharp did lose his mind on the Manning cast. Want drinking games? All right, we can tie that in. Although it's not gonna be pumpkin beer anymore. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I still feel like, nah, I'm still tasting it. Just bring back Shuckster. We can do that. Shuck can come back. Plunge in the house. Plunge is in the house. Did do a lot of boosting to my yards on all day. Hope that pays off. There we go. And do the Cowboys trade for Wad? A quarterback? Is that a Wad? Do the Cowboys trade? Oh, what's going on, Tom? Tom, somebody check on Tom. Tom's having a stroke. Do you mean wide receiver? I don't, dude. Tom, the thing with the Cowboys, and maybe the Cowboys fans who, oh, great comment by Shigs. Callback. I don't know if the Cowboys fans in the chat have thoughts on this, but I don't know how much flexibility the Cowboys have right now. So I don't even know, like, cap wise. So I don't even know what kind of moves they could make. And saying, like, trading for a quarterback. Tom, can I ask you this? How were the Cowboys doing before Dak Prescott got hurt? You know, it's not like the Cowboys had put up 21 points and Dak got hurt, and then all of a sudden the Bucks came back. I don't think if Dak can't do it, who's gonna do it? You're gonna bring in Mason Rudolph, Terry Bridgewater? No, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. I think the Cowboys in trouble. Yeah, even Jimmy G to Dallas though. What's that gonna do? Jump shoot? Does that all of a sudden make Noah Brown good? Like they can't. I don't think. I think they're in trouble this year. I think they're in trouble. Wow. Pokelods came in and said, "Hey, mate, did you hear the rumor about Fanatics buying Panini? Do you think Panini NFTs could be a play?" Guys, that's the best I've ever done that accent, right? "Hey, mate, did you hear the rumor about Fanatics buying Panini? You think Panini NFTs could be a play?" I think it's because the word Panini was in there. That was the only reason I could do it. No, I don't know, man, dude. I'm done trying to speculate on trying to figure out what fucking NFTs are gonna be good. I don't know. I don't know. I know panini. Sure, paninis are Italian, but Italians don't say, "Hey, mate." I know panini. Oh man, and you're right. And I didn't get an invite to the Emmys. You're right. You know what though? None of my friends won either, so suck on that. Oh, Pokélot said I am Australian, so you did well. Let's go. Let's go. Paninis. Man, I don't know, dude. But to go back to that, I don't really know. I don't know. Here's what I would say, man. If you're just out here being like NFTs in general to the moon, right? If that's the thesis, then yeah, go ahead and go after that. Not financial advice over here, though. I don't know. Great question. Great question. I like Fanatics though. I mean, Fanatics really getting involved. All right, they're partnered up with Candy, I think, right? Didn't they? Don't they have a little Candy ish? Maybe I'm making that up. Actually, now that I say that out loud, maybe I'm making that. Panini is plural. Saying paninis is like sandwiches. Sandwiches is sandwiches. All right, what's the play? Panini or Association? All right. If we're talking about NBA NFT, I'm shutting the stream down. All right. Unless they're paying us. All right. Let's take a look at the challenges. I also shout out John Boy Beats John Jackson, who jumps on our Sunday shows, Shot Tank Extraordinaire. He put out a little thing on Momentum Labs. If you guys aren't Momentum subs, I highly recommend that. But anyway, I'm going to share this. I hope I didn't ask if I could, but I'm assuming I can. But he did a week one recap on Playbook, excuse me. And I thought this was like super helpful. And I thought he said, first, I want to recap this weekend's challenge of the 100-yard journey as a whole. But then I want to try to take some things we learned this week and talk through how we can apply these moving forward on the platform. I always think that's the most important thing, right? We talk about this with Rumble all the time. Oh, Bogdan says this stream about so rare. Not yet. Waiting for my money, and then it will be so rare all the time. No, we're talking about NFL All Day and NBA Top Shot. Also, if that was a bit, Bogdan, that you were doing, if that was a joke, that was a good joke. But I think that's important. I think like taking note from some of the stuff that's happened and putting that towards future challenges or whatever. Stephen Cameron, good to see you, sir. All right, the first Thursday night challenge. This is what we can see, right? So the Dawson Knox jumped from 11 to 19 and then back to 10. Cup went 22 to 42 and then 34. And then Davis, who ended up being the bottleneck based on his circulation. That was the biggest reason, right? So I think it's a 10K moment, but we didn't have full circ out there. So the Davis like really jumped. We saw it go from 20 to 42 back to 100. So I'm not going to break down this whole thing, but I definitely recommend checking this out. He breaks down each single challenge and then what we can kind of take away from that. And what's been cool is watching the speculation happen before these challenges go, right? Before the games start, figuring it out, people taking shots on things and then seeing the market move based on that, right? Like the Russell Gage was a great one where it like absolutely shot up. Then we're like late into the fourth quarter, no Gage sighting, everyone's pissed, and then Gage bang spikes. But anyways, here we go. I think this is the biggest point too, right? Everyone has much different definitions of cost. So you're thinking about like, what are you willing to put into this? What are you willing that the investment versus the reward is? Do you break even? I felt like for this first one, if you had a lot of the pieces already, like if you weren't buying into every single one, I think it's pretty good. I think it was a pretty good shot to go after some of these. And I think what we're going to see after this week is, I think we'll see some of the values shift a little bit, but here we go. This is what I thought was helpful. Second off, the person who decided to skip the Thursday night game, but that was the farthest they were willing to risk. At 60 yards, they can lock in neutral EV by completing the end of the week and Sunday at 80 yards. So I think like a lot of the people were going for that 60 to 80 range. But anyways, I recommend checking out Momentum Labs. I can't remember if I already shared a link into the chat, so I'll do it again here. I thought this was very helpful and insightful as we looked at the challenges. I wanted to speak on NFL All Day Challenge a little bit more broadly, too. I listened to, shout out the First Mint, who had Feldman on the podcast yesterday, and I thought that was a really good episode. And one of the things that I really liked that Dave talked about with Playbook specifically is this is both something that is beneficial to new people, like so if you just came to the platform, but also people who have been around for a little bit, right? Also, Scotty, I agree with my Albert O bags. I definitely agree. But I think what's nice about this, right? If you just got on the platform, picked up a couple of moments, there's and this is what Dave said. I'm not saying this like I'm not coming up with this. But there's a playbook. There's a blueprint of like how you can get involved. If you're new, you're like, hey, look, this is what we're doing today. This is how you can win yourself a pack or win yourself some moments. And seeing that there's like, even if you are new and you're like, oh, I just want to get to 20 yards. I just want to get that first reward. You've got like 5 different shots at it through the week. And honestly, you can do that just by having a favorite team, burning a couple moments, or not even burning a couple moments, having a favorite team, doing one challenge, right? That'll get you there. Just by showing up to NFL all day, you're going to get some stuff. And then also for the people that have been here for a little bit and have accumulated moments or like to speculate on stuff, there's like a lot of different ways to play that. And I just think it makes it a very user-friendly way to get involved. I don't think it's as overwhelming as it might seem, right? Because we're not out there trying to figure out, okay, if I buy 82 Charlotte Hornet moments, I then have this I have a 2,000 collector score. And if I have a 2,000 top shot score, excuse me, if I have a 2,000 top shot score, then that allows me to do, you know what I mean? It's like way less confusing. We don't need like 15 different videos breaking it down. You go over to the all day site, you go over to your playbook, right? You go over to your playbook, go check it out. And then, wait, why? Oh, there it is. View playbook. Excuse me. And then, like, this is what it tells you exactly what you need to do here. Oh, favorite team +5. There you go. Tells you what you completed. Tells you what you get. It's all pretty UI friendly. I'm still hopeful that the marketplace gets a little bit smoother, a little bit slicker. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty pro this rollout. This is us still talking about the same stuff, but it just feels like a well thought out, a well orchestrated rollout of stuff. End of the week challenge incentivizes you to keep moments until the Monday announcement. Yeah. And I mean, like what would be kind of nice to regulator to talk about that a little bit more. I think we'll have a better feel for this as week 2 comes to the week 2 challenge announcements come out, right? But if we see a similar type thing, right, where these challenges are performance based, not like last night was there was a little bit more variance with just like people who catch touchdowns. But if it's for the most part banking on players who are going to perform well, then I don't think we're going to see a lot of huge sell offs because it's like, yeah, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, who didn't make it this week, Christian McCaffrey, all of those guys are going to continue to have shots at making future challenges. So if these challenge turnarounds happen kind of quick, where it's like the end of the week 1 ends on Tuesday, Wednesday they get announced for Thursday, or maybe it's Thursday or whatever. I don't know if we're going to see these massive sell-offs. And I think it's just going to keep a somewhat stable floor. That is, until we get more moments. And I do think that is the next announcement that is going to, hinge on like how people feel. I mean, we do know that it's 2 moments, 2 commons max per player and 1 rare, which I think is good. I think not getting like 15 Steph Currys is going to be useful. But we got to remember, like, as new supply gets introduced, as new moments, as these good players get another accessible common, the common floor will dip down a little bit, which is always kind of why I've landed on all day debuts. Sean says not to mention that they will also be useful in the Rumble as well. Also true. Next week, you'll need defensive players because I burned them this week. It is kind of funny watching people on Twitter rally around what they should do. They're like, they have to include a challenge where defensive backs get deflections, okay? Because I own someone who has a lot of deflections. Do you like getting the reward moments on Friday? Is that what they said? I didn't even read that. Is that what they said, that on Friday we're going to get the announcements for on Friday we'll actually receive the rewards? I think that's fine. I think that's fine because it's going to take them a couple of days to do it. Chop says, I'm curious how people react once they start to receive these rewards. Will they keep being invested in spending the money if they don't like the cheaper rewards? Well, right. I think that is how we thought, like, that's kind of how Metallic Silver Phantom Edition went too, right? Where it was like really good while it was rewarding us, like financially it was really good. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, wait, they're going to do a bunch of these now. So I think like as people respond to the rewards, that's how we'll know moving forward, like how people get excited, right? So if everyone feels jacked after week 1, I'm sure people are going to be very into it on week 2. But if you start seeing screenshots from people who are like, oh my God, I spent $280 to complete this and I got freaking Pete Carroll, you're going to see people are going to be pissed, and then that'll change it. So I think a lot of this will depend on how the community reacts to that. And if we're banking on community reactions, we are fucked. John says they should just have the moments be burned in these challenges. That's also fun. Artemis put on those drunk football goggles and says, all day has proved time after time that they learn from Top Shot's mistakes. They'll make better decisions. I'm not expecting a lot of moments in Series 2. Debuts will still matter. Yeah. I mean, I think that's smart too. I will say I'm just going to continue to caution people in the same way that I think I said this yesterday or whenever it was. We've seen this happen before. We've seen everything always up, and then people made some wild decisions, and then stuff started to come back down, and then people got mad, and stuff went further down. And so, like, just remember that, like, it's not always just gonna moon rocket like that. So I think we have to continue to, I don't know, just don't be scared to move off some stuff. Don't overextend or overexpose yourself, especially in public. Just keep that in mind as we go. Okay. Just keep that in mind as we go. Because listen, we still haven't really seen like a roadmap, right? We're supposed to get that before the season started. We still haven't seen that, right? And we were supposed to get that. So I think that's something, we'll keep in mind. We'll see what that looks like. NFL All Day, one of the things that's felt different between All Day and Top Shot is like some of their better players seem organically and authentically excited about it. And that, I think that feels a little bit different than Top Shot. And so I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just something to pay attention to. What did Joshua say? Joshua said it's really interesting to see the sentiment towards All Day and Top Shot. It will be really interesting to see the sentiment towards All Day and Top Shot at the end of Series 4 of Top Shot. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I guess this is like the time to actually, let me save this, Joshua. I'm going to come back to this and then I'll transition. I want to catch up on. There's a couple more comments I want to get to. Tom says it's not rocket science. Maybe a ton of people in All Day don't watch football. Like who didn't pick up a Gabe Davis for 10 when he was the hottest wide receiver in the playoffs last year? And we were saying it on the show the morning before he went off. I agree. Sean said one thing that became apparent through the challenge is that there are a lot of players that don't have any moments at all. They can create meaningful moments without doubling up on existing players. Right. Yeah, of course. But I do think, people are going to start getting their second commons, right? Because at the same time, yeah, they are. They're going to start getting second commons. All right, let's go back to Joshua's comment here because we are approaching the beginning of Series 4. And I wanted to talk a little bit about NBA Top Shot. We're not done with the NFL. We're going to go back to Rumble there towards the end and just kind of talk. But I wanted to, sorry, guys, back still tweaking a little bit. So there was a couple of tweets yesterday, and shout out Brandon Soul and Austin. I know they were tweeting out, and usually when they tweet out, it's because we got some pack stuff coming, right? Because they're around like the creating the moms and picking the moms and stuff. So I imagine that's coming. So shout them out, love them. I don't want this to come off as me fudding them because I do. I think they're great. I think they're doing good stuff. I would just love deep down in my heart. This is what I would love. You don't have to tweet out, hey, something cool's coming. Just like let the cool stuff come. Just let it happen. Do you know how dope that's going to be when the announcement comes when you don't have to, create expectations? Like just imagine if that announcement just came out. Right? We would be like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. But now everyone, myself included, right? When you see those things, you're like, oh, you know what this might mean? This might mean the roadmap, the floor is going to be $9. Maybe they're also going to give us all that flow. Maybe what they're going to do is mint counts will be 8. Every moment will get 8 out of 8 mints for each moment. And that's it, right? We do this stuff where we like, I just don't know. Why? Like NFL All Day will like announce something, right? Like they'll have like the first promo come out and be like, oh, we're really excited for what's to come. Great start to the week. Hope you guys are ready. All right. That's fine. That's great. But instead, we do this like big bump of like, can't wait, dude. Biggest day of our lives. I just don't know. I mean, and it's not just them. I mean, everybody does this, but I always am like, man, haven't we learned, man? Haven't we learned from like every other time we've done this poorly? And it's like they can't help themselves. And maybe they're told to do it. Maybe they're told like, hey, guys, get a tweet out there. I go on, like remember what did LeBron call it? Did he call it 0 dark 30? Is that what he said when he was going into the playoffs? Like, I'm going dark, 0 dark 30. Right? Is that right? Was that what he saw on the Heat? That's what they need to do. I can't think of a time. This is not what I was planning on talking about. I can't think of a time when they've tweeted out something and then it's been good. Right? I don't know. Just like imagine if that just came out. Let us give you the W's. You don't have to give them for yourself, especially premature W's. Let Poker Pro Eric focus on the prematures. And then guys, oh man, I don't know. I'm not even going to get into the tweet replies. Oh man, we need a mental health break. I didn't mean to do this. Let's go back to this. Let's do we haven't done this one in a while.
Hey man, I noticed that some of my Series 2 moments, I spent a lot of money on them and it's not worth as much. So Jacob, can you make it worth more?
Yeah, there we go. Shout out Gershot. Welcome back, baby. Quavo, you're right. That is excellent point by Matty Harrison here. What has Top Shot hyped that has matched up the hype? Yeah, Quavo, baby. Quavo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I maybe like just don't reply. Just don't reply to every single troll out there. Also, I want to give Shuckster a round of applause. I know Shuckster got brought up earlier. I saw Shuckster on Twitter yesterday do something that I don't think I've ever seen done, where he shamed somebody who tagged. He said, I don't know why, something about like tagging employees and then tag Janie in that same tweet. And I thought, I mean, that was impressive. Like to play both sides of the coin in like real time. Shout out Shuckster. That was, I don't know if it was intentional trolling. I don't know what it was, but it was beautiful, Shuck. It was beautiful. A lot of Quavo talk. Web3 isn't zero dark 30. There you go. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm an idiot. I'm a content creator that just turns on a camera every day and loses money on JPEGs. But I would just have the announcement come out, right? I just have it come out. What if they I don't know. But anyways, we spent yesterday, if you missed yesterday's show, we spent the morning show going through 86, 87 for the run of backdrop and breaking down who it could be. We made a bold statement that it's not going to be Jordan. I tweeted this out yesterday from the Team Hold account too, and this was kind of my hope for what they would do today, or what they would do for their big announcement here. Hold on, what am I getting tagged in? Also, people tagging everybody in tweets. That's another thing, guys. You don't have to tag every single account. So no Team Hold morning place announcement tomorrow. Just go live. Chewy, are you comparing us doing a morning show to NBA Top Shot's announcements for their future product? Chewy, answer me, Chewy. I'm going to stay this close. I need to know, Chewy. Is that what you just compared me to? Chewy, I'm waiting. I'm not. Let's look my forehead though. What's going on here? Chewy, give it to, let me know, Chews. Is that, come on, Chewy? I know this is uncomfortable. Yeah, dude, think about how it feels for me. This is actually the best my back has felt for a while. Nope, just trying to my best troll ass comment. Well, Chewy, like the general manager of Top Shot, I reply to all my trolls. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Mike, what would it take for you to dump all your Top Shot bags? A job. No, I'm not dumping my Top Shot bags. Listen, let's have a real talk about that. Let's have a real conversation around that. I'm not dumping my Top Shot bags. I think I was able to get all the stuff that I was excited about. The LeBron debut, I've got like I was excited about that. The Giannis debut, like I got the stuff that I was excited about. I'm gonna hold that. Those are my bags. What I am done doing is, like before, we'd participate in every drop, and I think they have some real errors right now. Like the WNBA, man, this Sue Bird drop should be fire. This should be great. It's great moments. Like, even if you're not a diehard WNBA fan, I think that's fine. And I don't think you have to participate in everyone, but I am a WNBA fan. Like, I do enjoy the W. I enjoy Sue Bird. I enjoy a lot of the players that are in this drop, and it's a rare drop. And if you told me, I don't know, if you told me a year ago, hey, we're having a rare drop that Sue Bird is narrating the moments, like, are you fucking pumped or what? Like, I'd be making sure I was allow list, I was priority queue, I was general queue. I was probably going to think about trying to complete some of these challenges. But instead, what they've done is made decisions that have made it harder to participate in things like this, and have made it they've like, they haven't ruined it. That's too extreme, but they've at least provided enough caution that I'm approaching with. And it has literally nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the drop itself. It's with the we've already talked about this. It's with the communication of the drop, right? And like them, when we not knowing we were going to get back-to-back rare drops, and then we do. And so, and like, I think this is a great point that we've talked about like so many times, right? I do not think there's a world where Top Shot fails and All Day succeeds, right? I do think like Top Shot has a little bit more work to do. Again, internally, I think they need to like figure their ish out a little bit more. Um, and it is still fun, but this is like, man, I go back and forth. I go back and forth. Like, it makes sense that I'm more into the NFL right now, right? Because I think even without Top Shot, I'd be more into the NFL without than I would be the NBA. You know, um, that would be my you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd still be listening to my Zach Lowe podcast. I'd still be listening to the Ringer NBA show, but I'm not going to I'm not going to continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to maybe be in it every single moment. Ooh, AJ, man, I've never saw anyone, who had such a collection of hideous, ugly clothing and awful pear-shaped body to match. AJ, who the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, I honestly, you want to talk about the clothes, that's fine. Pear shape? Do you have what are you doing? Do you have the darkness down on your monitor right now? If you were going to make fun of me, I need you guys to be better than this, okay? You're going to get up early in the morning. You're going to comment on YouTube streams, and you can't even take the time to do some Google research. I know it's Web3, but I'm not anonymous. You could Google Mike Zakarian and see a lot of different photos than me. You call me 5'7". You can tell me I look like a 12-year-old with eyes that have seen a murder. You could say that I probably am never going to grow chest hair in my entire life. You could say that my nose is just as big and as loud as my mouth. You could do a lot of that stuff, but pear shape, baby? Dude, look at this, man. Look at this. You kidding me right there? God. AJ, unbelievable, dude. The only thing pear shape is my... unbelievable, dude. Pear shape. Are we kidding? AJ, say something else, AJ. Let's look at that avatar. Fucking trees in the woods, dude. That's nice, man. That's nice. Enjoy the suburbs. Unreal. Unreal. We're out here trying to save NBA Top Shot and make sure NFL All Day doesn't make the same mistakes. And Tree Boy over here is like, nah, pear-shaped and ugly clothing. This is a fucking Henley. You want to know who else wore Henleys? Dexter, dude. Dexter. Unreal. Unreal. AJ. God, AJ making me roast myself because he sucks at it so much. Pear shape. Yes, AJ, you back, dude? Did you go home? Where'd you go? Did you go for a walk in those couple of trees? Where'd you go, AJ? Did he apologize? Let's see. Did I miss it? Did he apologize? No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, there it is. AJ, he apologized. All right, AJ, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. Dude, nobody comes in here to trolls. Like, you got to be better at it, man. You got to be better at trolling. This is like the one place you can't come in and do that shit. At least be funny, man. Great comment, Chewy. Good. No, nothing wrong with the burbs. I'm pro burbs, guys. I'm pro burbs. Look at that dog. That is a good dog. No, I'm pro burbs. I'll probably live in the burbs in the next like 3 years. But I didn't have much to work with. Okay, you show me a picture of a tree. That's what we're gonna do. Unbelievable. Like turn into Aaron Rodgers. Oh man. Anyways, all right. What were we talking about, man? What were we even talking about? No, I don't think Top Shot can fail and All Day succeeds. There's not a world in which that happens. They're both going to be fine. They're both going to be fine. I think you know what it is, man. It's just kind of frustrating. It's just annoying. I think that's where I would land. It's annoying. And I promise you, there's going to come a time where people feel similarly to All Day stuff too. Like, it is new and shining right now, and that's how everyone's so excited and giddy about it. And All Day does have the benefit of watching what Top Shot's done for the last like 2 years and made decisions based on that. But I don't think there's a world where one succeeds and where one fails. So I'm not worried about it, and I'm looking forward to Top Shot being fun again. But to go back to Artemis's original question, like, is it fun? It's not right now. It's not right now. But you know what, though? That actually might be more on us than on them, too. Like, I think we probably are too in the weeds, myself obviously included. I think we might be like too in the weeds and are reacting too heavily to everything. And, you know, the environment that we create, like, we are a product of the environment that we create. And if we keep bringing this toxic energy in, like, you know, content, shows, Twitter, whatever, I think that's just like, that's a contagious thing, right? Where I think if we go the other way and are leaning into some of this stuff and try to have fun with it, I think like that will be more of the positive engagement. So that's probably something that, like, if we wanted to, instead of just point fingers and be like, okay, how can we be better at this? I mean, it's probably not losing our shit every time something happens. But you know, I think I think there's a middle ground there where like we need to approach it that way, but they also need to stop replying to tweets and digging themselves a deeper grave. That I think that's where I land. I think that's a nice way to put a button on that. Dick Chuck, you know, I think a lot of people have been talking about this too. Wouldn't it now be the time to start scooping? Haven't looked at the market, to be honest, outside of the show. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not there yet. And this is why. Yes, yes, Dick Chuck. If you want to be a little feisty in those streets and go start making some moves, now is probably the time. It's probably not going to go much lower, and that we're going to get announcements, and then maybe it starts bumping. But I am of the point, right, where I feel like, you know, I feel like I've been punched in the nuts a bunch of times by walking down the same street. And it's like, hey, I'm not going to walk down that street until they light it a little bit better. And so I'm waiting for the Series 4 stuff to come out. And it's not like this run it back drop, which inevitably is going to get announced this week, will be sick. I'm sure it'll be very exciting. It's going to be great. I'm excited for that. But that's not going to move the needle for me. I'm waiting until they actually let us know where they're going, because they've done nothing but tell us over and over again, like, where it's going, and or that it's going to be good where it's going, and that they've made the adjustments, and that they understand the demand now. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there until I see it. I need to see it. When is All Day giving you airdrop packs for giveaways? I don't know, JKs. That's a great question. You should tag them and ask them. But I do know we are going to be giving away some candy packs next week. So pay attention to that. That's going to be exciting. We're going to do a little candy show. We're going to get Greg out of retirement and do that. Punches. Yeah, I need to get to the burbs. I need to go live with my man, AJ Mann. We'll be excited until we're pissed about pack content and price. Yeah, maybe. I listen. Oh, this is originally what I was going to do, and then I got sidetracked by AJ's pair bullshit. All right, so this is what I said after Brandon's tweet yesterday. So pie in the sky, dreaming. This is what I said. The Run It Back anthology announcement, that would be fun. If I think, and I posed this last night during the playback, because I think Top Shot Talk made a great point. He joined the show last night, that these anthologies shouldn't be happening more than once a year, right? If you start running out anthologies, like anthology is supposed to be the special thing. If you start doing it a couple of times a year, it's like, what are we doing? If it's Larry Bird and they wanted to do Magic and Larry in the same year, fine. But this really should be a once a year thing. That's what it should be. Because if we start doing it too much, it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun. But I'm assuming that's what's coming, or I'm hopeful that that's what's coming. And maybe it's like, and this is the other way. This is the other thought I had. What if they treated this drop similarly to an all-day structure of a drop? And what I mean by that is and they're not going to do this because the Magic anthology moments have already been minted, and I'm sure they're going to try to keep it similar to that. But what if they did this? What if you got a pack, you lined up for a pack, you got it, you were guaranteed a rare Run It Back, but there is a chance, a small chance, but a chance that you could also get a legendary Larry. I don't know. I feel like that would be sick. And then I think it makes those anthology moments that much more special. It makes them more unique. It still gives you a shot at something, but you're also getting one of these rare Run It Backs. I don't know. I kind of like that idea. I think that would be fun. I'm sure there's some reasons we shouldn't do it, because people are like, well, then you're charging more for the potential of getting a Larry, so the floor of the Run It Back is going to be below the floor of the pack price. I'm sure there's cons to it. I don't know. I kind of like that. But back to it. I hope that's the announcement. But I don't want them to announce it this week and then the pack drop be next week. Get that pack as close to the beginning of the NBA season as possible. Do not do this in September. Please, God, no. Wait till October. Hype it up for a little bit. Get some people excited. Use this as a marketing tool if we're allowed to market now. I'm not sure what the marketing strategies are because sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. All we want to make sure is people download the app whenever that comes, right? That's what I keep seeing on Twitter. So push it till as close to October. Before the drop, for the love of God, can we please know what the Series 4 roadmap is? So before people start buying stuff, that would be exciting. That would be exciting. Corey says, did anyone get their pack for burning moments? Corey, you should have gotten your 4th and goal pack already if you burnt those moments. Unless you just burnt them. I think it took a couple days to do it, but you had to do it from burning the pack though. Right? You had to burn that specific pack. Unless I'm reading that wrong, Corey. Not necessarily for run it back, but would like the idea of Top Shot doing an all-day pack drop where you can burn moments for exchange for some dapper back or something different like that. Yeah. You never got my Corey. Let me ask you this, Corey. Did you open the pack and then immediately burn it? Because you had to do it from that page. And Corey, if you had an issue with it, what I would do is I would hit up one of the mods in the Discord. They're very responsive in the NFL All Day Discord. And I would send in a support ticket. They're pretty responsive. And it's early on. It's the first time they did this. I bet they would help. And you said you did it immediately, Corey? Well, Corey, I think we got to burn down all day. All day is the new Top Shot. Burn it down. I'd definitely send in a support ticket, though. I thought you were going to say you get one run it back, but it must be a Smush Parker. That's also a good idea. I don't know. What do people think? I kind of like that. I kind of like that thought of doing that. I just don't think, man, if they do a pack drop before like the very beginning of the season, I just think it's a mistake, man. I know some people right now are out there being like Top Shot needs to be doing more. I actually don't know. I don't think they need to be doing more right now. I think like a lot of the focus is on the NFL. Like wait until we get closer to the NBA season. But stop tweeting about it. Just stop tweeting about it. So anyways, that's my wish list. I hope Run It Back gets announced. I hope they do like fun reveals for the moments. I hope it's an anthology. And then I hope it like waits a month before it unloads. Like how fun would that be if that was like the first thing of the new season? If it was the first thing of the new season was this incredible Run It Back drop. Larry Bird's out there going, woo-hoo, drinking Bud Heavies. And then Charles Barkley gets introduced. He probably won't do it. Dominique Wilkins, all that shit, right? Yeah, give us League Pass, give us NFL Plus, do all those things. Do all those things. Anyways, I'm hopeful. Because I am really excited about this NBA season. I'm excited to be excited about Top Shot again. And I know it always seems like we're critical, but obviously we're rooting for them. And we do. We give them W's when they do good things. We really do. But snapshot and reveal of the moments would fill the void a little. Yeah. The snapshot thing is ending. If it's not this week, it's next week, right? If it's not ending this week, it's ending next week. All right. I know we're still kind of all over the place talking about everything, but let's go back over to, so shout out Billy Jackson, who, Mr. TSD Garden himself. I think that's him, right? Is that the same? Oh yeah, that's Billy Jackson. So he replied to this tweet, right? This is what I'm talking about. And I think that, right, he said, give fire, give us the Top Shot version of Playbook is announced, right? I think a lot of people are excited about that. But this is what a tweet like this does. And again, not just, I love Brandon. This shouldn't be, I don't want to dunk on Brandon. I love Brandon. There he is. Look at Billy, baby. Look at Billy, Mr. TSD Garden. But right, because then something like that comes out and we're like, holy shit, imagine if they introduce a Top Shot version of Playbook. Imagine if that's what the Run It Back ends up being. Imagine if they drop all of the flow. And then what they're going to do is they're going to be like, Run It Back confirmed. Here are the 72 Run It Back moments. And then everybody's mad because they're like, wait, that was the announcement? That's what we got excited about? And whatever. Let's look at Rumble. I did bad in Rumble this week, but I had a great time. Here we go. Jalen Hurts. So this is what I did. I put Jalen Hurts as my hero, which I don't regret. We looked at some of the ownerships yesterday. I don't regret this call at all because Hurts came pretty close. Like he got robbed a couple of times with some goal line opportunities where if he punched another one in, I feel like he's up there with like the cup hero people. And then Aaron Jones failed. McCaffrey underperformed. Mark Andrews sucked. CeeDee Lamb sucked. So that's where I did. But let's look at first place here. Jerry on drums. with 236. 236 took it down. Took it down. And here you go. You got Patty Mahomes with CMC in there, Saquon Barkley. So this lineup won without Jonathan Taylor, who was 37% owned and went nuts, right? So Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You had Chase, Cup, Jefferson. So you had a wide receiver in the flex there. I don't like that. Do I have to? Let me see something here. There we go. Threw the Buffalo defense in there. But there you go. Jefferson, Kelce, Chase. So we had some stacking, but no bring back. So we just did Mahomes to Kelce. He threw in the Cup and the Buffalo defense, but didn't play Diggs. And then had Jefferson, who went off for only 17% on, but put up almost 40 points. Chase, who got there pretty late with the 28 spot, and then Saquon. And he had a 3-point edge on second place, who, let's see. And you think everybody who had Josh Allen absolutely plugged him in, right? So then to see some of these lineups who didn't play Josh Allen is kind of good to see. This one had Jonathan Taylor and CMC. But the way that he got different was the Devontae Adams only 12% own. Jefferson, like we said, only 17. But for the most part, kind of chalky. But that was second place. And then look at this, lost by 0.4. But good to see. There's most of the heroes so far that went way up top were Mahomes, right? So which he had a first place had a Kelce hero. So in Kelce, oh God, it's a little bit slow. This one was Cooper Kupp in second. And third already had Mahomes that we saw. Fourth had Mahomes. So there you go. You had a lot of Mahomes up there at top. And I enjoyed that. Surprised the legendary owner won. Yeah. Oh, look at that. The winning lineup had Cooper Kupp, not as its hero, Artemis. And that was the conversation that we had, Artemis. So thank you for proving my point that playing Cooper Kupp in the hero was not the right move. It was Patrick Mahomes. So, oh, wait, no, it was Travis Kelce. So suck on that, Artemis. Oh, man. Love to see it. But yeah, and the team hold tourney. I haven't been able to pull all of the scores because it seems like you can't. Oh, wait, I do have this up. I can't pull them all because it won't let me search all of them, but I can search some of them. But right now, in first place, taking it down, and I haven't seen anyone beat him, is Travie24. We see Flinger right there with 220. Milo is at 209. Easy at 202. Right now, I'm going to win last place and win myself a coffee mug. Flinger had Cup hero. If he went Barkley over Kamara, he ships. There you go. Yeah, so that was fun. I'm loving having the Rumble. And just to remind people, so on Sunday mornings at 11, right here, John Jackson and I are going to go over the entire slate. We're going to build some DraftKings lineup or a DraftKings lineup together and enter it into a tournament. We're also going to do we'll do some Rumble analysis and look at the challenges. We're going to have a rep from NFL All Day come on the show on Sunday and announce the challenges right as they go live. So that'll be a lot of fun. So make sure that's why. Shiggin says Kelce hero wasn't why he won though. Cup hero. All I'm saying is that 5% of Cooper Kupp heroes were played. What's 5% of 7,500? What's 5% of 7,500? I can't do that math right now. Let me do it on a 7,500. Let's go. Let's pull up the old calculator. They're here, AJ. This is AJ, man. This is something you could have made fun of, okay? If you just were patient. 7,500, 375. So 375. Only 300 cash. So, right? If all 5% are doing it, bang. You got to be different. Just play. Okay, this is who's this? I'm blanking on the dude's name who does shit for Roto Grinders. Just play. I can't do his impression of him, but he says just play the best place. I'm forgetting that guy's name. Wow, it's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't get there. But yeah, so you should use it on a QB. So the majority of heroes, I believe, were quarterback plays. I think but Mahomes, if you're going to do it, you got to do it with one of those Russian guys. So it's either Mahomes, Jalen, I like the Jalen Hurts pivot. I was into that. Jordan Cooper, thank you. Cooper, that's who I was thinking of. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be fun. Again, just week one. I'm excited for, honestly, I'm not going to do it. I'm excited for John to dive back into it a little bit more and we can talk a little bit more about theory. But as Travel Addict says, Rumble is such a long shot. It really is. I mean, that's what I mean. You have to have the moonshot lineup in order to really win anything. But I'll be excited to roll out the Team Hold private contest again for a little bit of dollars, a little bit of money. It should be a good time. I don't know. Anything else you want to call it in there? If it's a multiplier and it's the same, you got to use it on your projected biggest point guys of ceiling guys, in my opinion. Hey, if you could do me a favor as we wrap up here, look in the show notes. Make sure you do all of those things, right? So if you're not with us on Playback, go just create an account on Playback. It's free. We want to boost our numbers up so we look very important. Make sure you're following our podcast on Apple or Spotify, wherever you go. Again, just to bump those numbers. Join the Discord, do all those things. For the rest of the week, this is what Team Hold has coming at you right now. We get the WNBA pregame show tonight with Kevin and a guest, and then Kelsey's going to join for Playback tonight for the finals. Tomorrow we'll have the morning show and the football show. I think we also have Shot Tank on Team Hold's channel tomorrow night, so that'll be fun. And then Thursday, back to just one show early on. We're not going to be able to do Playback because it's on Amazon, so we're not going to do that Thursday night. And then Friday, we'll have the morning show, NBA, we'll have football. I think Big Ticket joins us on Fridays. And then we'll have the happy hour show to wind out the weekend. Who will be joining you on Sunday? It will be John Jackson, John Boy Beats, getting into the spread skeets. And then we'll have a rep from NFL All Day as well to go over the announcements. So I'll have more information as we get into that. But appreciate everyone being here today. Make sure you check out the W content tonight if you need a sweat for the finals. Kevin's been posting some underdog picks occasionally too. So if you need some juice to get you over there, hope to see a ton of new people in the stream. Listen, hey, I know NFL All Day. There's a lot of new users or a lot of different users compared to what we've seen in Top Shot. So if you're a part of other communities, please, it'd be very helpful if you guys share what Team Hold's doing and get people in on Sundays. We saw a little bit of an uptick in our viewership on Sunday, which was cool. Seems like people are jacked about the football, and we're excited to keep making some content around it. But appreciate everyone being here. If you are one of those psychos lining up for the game recognized game drop, good luck today. Let us know how you do. Post some pics. Throw it on the gram. We are out.
Well, the top shot streets are